So here I am, Thursday evening, not having a video yet for Sunday, and scrolling again and again through the upcoming releases for a new game I want to make a review on. Nothing looks interesting, and I have to lower my standards. Well, I did not expect to find the quality of that Ravenlok Legendary Edition with 123 followers had. The preview looked amazing, I was very intrigued, and then found out that a year ago, the normal initial version was released with a lot of reviews on YouTube. So, alright. Without watching any reviews, because I want to dive and immerse into the game myself, I played it. And here's how it went. The gameplay. You play as, well, whatever name you choose. But in the mystical, mysterious world where the majority of the game happens, you're known as Ravenlok. The one from the legend who will free them all. You have a sword, a shield, an invincible dash, up to 4 special attacks, which you will get over time as you progress in the game, and items, such as healing potions and bombs. Now, if the invincible dash makes you think of Souls-like games and their invincible rolls, this is not a Souls-like. There is no Souls-like tag on the Steam page, and the difficulty aspect of the Souls-like definition is just missing. This game is not difficult. I played the entire game on the hardest setting, and I beat many bosses on my first try, and even without taking any damage sometimes. You can lock onto opponents and upgrade your values with whatever this is. I don't even know honestly. You can also buy items. And I want to mention the puzzles real quick. They are never super difficult, but if you absolutely hate every sort of puzzle no matter the difficulty, then well. Oh, and one more gameplay aspect. There are mirrors for fast traveling, which is super nice. With that done, let's move on to the story, the playthrough. I think it's pretty obvious that this game is heavily inspired by Alice in Wonderland, with the tea party, the hat maker, the evil queen, the playing cards, and so on and so on. And in this game, there's also an evil queen to defeat. So first you help your parents with moving, until entering a mirror and accessing the Wonderland. You get a lot of warm welcomes, since you're the heroine from the legend who will save this world. The first mission takes place in the Mushroom Forest. I really have to hold back, because obviously all of this looks beyond gorgeous. But we're in the story section right now. The graphics and visuals will come later. You meet the evil queen super early actually, right after entering the Mushroom Forest. But instead of fighting you when you're still weak and inexperienced, she doesn't fight you yet. Which is pretty dumb of her, but hey. You meet this witch here, help her gather some ingredients, which involves killing this mushroom monster here, which is the first boss fight, collect its head, then help these stacks over here, which involves a second boss fight, and all of that in order to obtain the music sheets in the witch's attic and give them to this guy who was missing them. Now you can enter the Mask Mansion. In this eerie, creepy place that's accompanied perfectly with its uncanny, scary, mysterious music, the suit bunnies are being forced to work for the Tweedle twins. Poor miserable bunnies. After some fighting and putting on a disguise, you make it past the security guard, forge a plan with the hat maker, or Mr. Hatter in this game, and then finally liberate the suit bunnies. Yay! After freeing the labor slaves from their horrible working conditions, you find the missing tea party painting from the Victorian house, enabling you to move on to the next level. Tea party. And probably also the sugar swamp that's new to the legendary edition. I never played the first one, but there's a lot of sugary food here, so this is probably it. Anyways, you fight your way through some enemies and towards the next boss fight. A pretty easy one. I mean, all of them are easy really, but this one is special. And ugly. And disgusting. The slimy key you get from Uksak can be used to access this slimy treasure chest's blue cheese cupcake, which Theo the chef will happily trade for a clock hand. Next, funicular access, and with that down to the labyrinth. First we need to help Alina the crane and the sleeping goddess. In order to do that, we beat this boss fight here, enter the collapsed temple, get the Ember Lotus and bring it back. For that we receive a crane feather, which we need to bribe Dorio the dragon. Now I confused Dorio the dragon with Armon the serpent. He's sleeping right after the Uksak fight, but I didn't know how to wake him up and thought I'd get something for that later, and then thought this was it. But it turned out that I could have woken him way sooner, because all I had to do was collect a few electrical flowers and shock him. Anyways, I did that and had to fight Tholaron the Hydra from Armon's nightmares, which is a pretty big milestone in the game, as beating this boss grants you access to the sacred tree, where you obtain obtain Thorleron's heart, one of the 3 relics required in order to reach the evil queen. Now back to that crane feather. Dario the dragon really is this thing here. If you pass its 3 trials, you're granted access to one of the most amazing places in the entire game, the Sorceress Lair. More about the beauty of these places later though. For now, the Sorceress Lair is a very gorgeous and amazing maze, which is very fun. And you might potentially maybe find Shani the Sorceress in there, who you have to fight and beat. While we were in a dark and beautiful place just now, we are now in a bright and beautiful place, Mirror Plaza. I have to hold back, visuals later. This is where we finally find that elevator lever we need in the theater storage room. The elevator leads us to a place where one or the other clock can be found, and also where 2 mechanical bosses need to be defeated. As always, not hard at all, no hits taken, and with that we get the second relic, the Eagle Blade Prime Heart. After that, the atmosphere changes. The queen is onto us and she's rather angry, kidnapping our friends and warning us. Well, game over, right? Of course we keep pursuing her and go for the last relic. With mirror shards and candle wax, we glue this mirror here back together, bringing us here. In the also very beautifully designed and atmospheric greenhouse, we find Ernst the botanist. Americans would probably pronounce it something like Ernst, but Ernst is a German name pronounced Ernst, so I will say Ernst. He emits serious, crazy, mad scientist vibes, trying to revive his wife, but creating monsters instead. Anyways, the third and last relic is the Flora Esmeralda heart, and with that we get to enter the evil queen's castle and fight her. You fight and beat her, and that's the game. We get a wholesome ending scene and the credits, and I can now finally talk about how pretty, beautiful, gorgeous and atmospheric this game is. Right from the first mission in the Mushroom Forest, I was already super impressed. The colors, the atmosphere, the music, everything works together exceptionally well. Just look at this. Now while the gameplay was fun, I think this game shines the most when it comes to atmosphere. I think this game is for you if you don't mind having an easy game. If you care about atmosphere, immersing, fantasy, storytelling and some puzzles, then this game is most likely for you. And while I skipped the puzzles, I will just remind you here again that this game does have them. And that's my review and today's Sunday's video. If you liked it, then there's a like button for you. Tell me what you think in the comments below and consider subscribing. Bye!